There will be a new Sir John Jackson Cup champion at the end of 90 minutes. Nanaimo United were defeated in the semifinals, which means it will be either Lakehill FC or Vic West FC. Hello everyone, my name is Arturo. Glad to have you with us for the Sir John Jackson Cup Final of 2023, the final of our 3 Cup finals today on Shaw Spotlight here at Starlight Stadium in Langford. There you see Lakehill FC in their red and white kit. They have never in their history won the Sir John Jackson Cup. They finished first in Division 1 of the VISL this year. 79 goals scored, only 24 conceded. 47 points on a 15-win, 2-loss, 1-draw season. Absolutely outstanding. Meanwhile, Vic West, they have a little bit of history, just a little bit of history. 22 Cup wins. Going all the way back to 1916, they finished second in the league this year. 12 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, good for 39 points. We may have had a little bit of an imbalance in our previous 2 cup matches, but this is exactly what you want to see in a cup final. 1 versus 2. There are no underdogs here. There are only 2 powerhouse teams ready to slug it out with one another. The fans are amped for this one here at Starlight. We've already seen green pyrotechnics go off from the Vic West faithful. They are excited, and it looks like Vic West will be kicking off to start things. Starting off for Vic West, there are 11. In a 4-3-3 formation, Sasha Harapa in goal. Back 4 of Mateus Axedina, Daniel Pritchard, Dima Popovic, and Sean Purse. Midfield 3 of Theo Weissmeiler, Victor Chen, and Mackenzie Cole. And a front 3 of Kaelyn Cook, Marcus Campanile, and Salem Almardi. And we are off and underway. Going all the way back to that back line. Popovic over to his center back partner. Calling for it on this near side is Pierce, playing his left-sided fullback. And that will be an early throw for Lakehill, who are starting in a 4-4-2 classic formation with tons of connections to the UVic Vikes of years past. In this one, Marco Illich in goal. In front of him, Evan Libke, Dorian Kolopaisis, Tori Barbin, and Chris Piraboom as a back 4. A mid 4 of Norbert Cedricaba, Wes Barrett, Craig Gorman, and Kobe Greaves. And if you're going to have Craig Gorman on the pitch, you better believe Paddy Nelson's not far behind. Patrick Nelson and Blair Sturrick, the Jedi Master himself, running up front as a strike pair. Throw in on the far side this time for Vic West, as they're already starting to get stuck in here, which is really not a surprise at all for these 2 Div 1 sides. Again, Lakehill, regular season champions, Vic West right behind them. Lakehill looking for the double, regular season and Jackson Cup. It'll be their first ever Jackson Cup, but to do that, they've got to get past Vic West. Storied history in this competition, and they're looking for more here. That ball from Almardi gets nowhere. They'll try and ping it through here as Nelson trying to force his way through, comes up with it. Leaves it for Barrett, loses out. Ball moved forward. Cedric Abba leaves it. Barrett trying to direct traffic here just in front of his back 4. You can see there, though. Lipke trying to do his best in that position. Left again by Cedric Abba. And Lipke waiting for something to happen here. Doesn't like what he sees. Work on trying to find a way out of this back line. Now they try to go direct, looking for a jumper there. It does fall kindly. Bit of a tumble, but the referee is not interested in the slightest. Nelson dusts himself off and moves onwards. Vic West now on the counter. Time here. Pierce. Think about what he wants to do here. They'll go in, but that will be easily snared by Marco Illich. And 2.5 minutes in, Vince. We are well and truly underway with this one. Both sides look amped for this one. Lakehill now moving through midfield, looking for Nelson there, or Sturrick make that. And Sturrick does indeed get the attention of the referee. They're going to give that as a drop ball, I think. Quite like what happened there. Almost half wondered if they might have cautioned Sturrick for diving, but no such indication there. Sturrick, of course, longtime soccer fans in Victoria, remember his arrival with the Victoria Highlanders in years past, came complete with a Ewan McGregor-like rat tail, to which he was forever nicknamed the Jedi Master and his Jedi mind tricks.
See him for another few years yet.
Certainly Lakehill will be hoping to channel some of that Jedi magic here. Let's see what happens now. It's Vic West on the counter. It's a long ball. Oh, you can see the idea there. They thought they saw Campanile off and away. Ball back there. That is snared down by Sasha Harappa. Both keepers now having finally touched the ball off of decent attacking chances. West will try and move out here. Pictured there on the far side. Craig Gorman, you can see there, trying to add some sort of pressing attack. Like we said off the top, if Patrick Nelson's on a team, Craig Gorman is not going to be far behind. Those two have been inseparable since UVic. And Lakehill is truly done well to get both of them wearing the same colors. The crowd cheers that long bomb into nowhere.
It was a lovely stop by that fan in the stands.
It really was. Well snared. Wes Barrett oversees his back line, sorting that one out. Pisces, Barbin, Libke, and Peerboom forming that back line. Libke, another UVic connection of the many that are on the pitch today. Trying to bulldoze his way through. There was Barbin up that left side.
There used to be a time when UVic actually played in the VISL and had a team to sort of complement their off time. Not sure if we'll see that again, but we'll see what we can work out with the powers to be.
There was an alumni team at one point in the Masters division, I believe. A low shot there, spilled initially by Harappa, but he snaps that back up.
And they're still there.
I was about to say, like, they won a Tony Grover Cup not that long ago. I believe I was here for that. There's the chances we see right now dancing in. You're not going to beat Harappa from that close, not at that angle. Chance there, as Almardi thought he had space on this near side, and he might have, but the ball had other ideas. Isis throws in, Peerboom. Over to Libke. Barbin's already gone way up the left. You can see the idea here is fairly straightforward from Lakehill. They want those flanks, and they want them under control. And so far, Vic West allowing it to happen. Meanwhile, Nelson forward to Barbin, looks for the return ball. The idea there was to get Kobe Greaves activated from midfield. This didn't quite come together. Be a goal kick for Vic West. Sasha Harappa in goal here. A product of the Shakhtar Donetsk youth system in Ukraine.
Also trained by local goalkeeper coach George Kay, who happens to train about half the goalies in some time of their life here in Victoria.
Fine pedigree going through the BISL. Fantastic stuff. That throw in will be a little hand over to Cole Pisces. And Cedric Abba tries to sneak past, does well to turn away from that first tackle, and now it's a chance for Sturck to turn. Can't control it though, and now Vic West right back the other way. It'll be a throw for Vic West as Almardi was turned back, and actually no, they'll get that the other way. They'll get that the way of Lakehill. Here you can see Almardi trying to make the way through. A little back check there. I can see why they might think that was his throw, but I guess it came off the boot of Almardi last there by the slimmest of margins. Then again, I'm up here. I'm not down there with a flag in my hand, so what the heck do I know?
You know what? I'll defer to the ref, too, who was just a little bit closer.
Exactly. Vic West recovering here. Richard and Popovich have their work cut out for them. So that back pass, though, is definitely over the line. That'll be an unforced error there from Vic West. First corner of the game will go to Lakehill. And Wes Barrett, no shocker here, heading over for set piece duties on this corner. Plenty of options to choose from here, and they've moved quite a few forward, including stationing Craig Gorman at the back post. Punched clear by Harappa, and flicked forward. You can see the idea there. Mackenzie Cole, UVic product, thought he saw space. Find a way out though, and instead, Kobe Greaves goes back in over the head that time of Evan Lipke. It's a long time for Lipke to stay up there. I think he must have really liked the idea of finding a second phase ball. That's very offside though. Cheeky little chip goes nowhere, which is just as well because it was very, very offside. Campanelli will have to be careful there. He doesn't want to play too much after the whistle lest he draw the ire of the officials.
He's going to need to have a big one today for Vic West. If they looking to hoist the cup, he's going to have to be a big part of the reason why.
Campanelli with 5 goals in the regular season. Chipped in 2 in this current cup run. Al Marty, leading goal scorer on the side, with 16 goals in league play, with 4 more in this cup run. Cedric Gaba up the side for Barbin. Nice tackle there by Weissmiller. Forcing Lakehill back. Lipke. Thought about it, thinks better of it. All the way back to Barrett. Barrett serving as the safety valve on this back 2, basically, allowing them to spread out. And more importantly, allowing Klopaisas and Barbin to rampage way up the pitch. Or that rampaging only works if you can retain possession of the ball, which Vic West, to their credit, have done enough to frustrate Lakehill's attempts to attack. But all it takes is one good bounce like that, and suddenly Lakehill find themselves in. Good recovery, though, and shielding on the far side that time by Academia. Weissmiller over there as well. Up the other shoulders, Campanelli tries to turn. He's managed to flick it inside. Vic West now a chance to move out. Chen. Back it goes. Popovic waiting for it. It's Pritchard. The middle. Strong tackle there from Cedric Gaba. Popovic. Dangerous up the middle there. Waiting for that one. Craig Gorman. Scoring Gorman, Stormin Gorman, whatever you want to use. There'll be a throw on the far side for Barbin. Wind up for this one. Got an arm, got some space to uncork this. Goes right to the edge of the area, flicked on. That'll fall to Harappa. Sturrick there, never quite landed.
And Craig's had definitely a great sort of career within the VISL. He had a great run with Sanch Fusion, a great run with Cowichan. He had a brief stint with Bays, and now with Lakehill the last few years. And yeah, scoring machine for sure. Like you say, Roturo, he's been a beauty, and before that with the Highlanders as well. So he's no stranger to local soccer, that's for sure.
Rapper's long kick. Falls. Cedric Gaba. Chipped back. Rupp will pick this one up. And clear.
Not sure why he didn't pick that one up. He had
a little bit of time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Klopaisas, in his options, goes long. Headed down by Pritchard.
You know, we're saying like follow the ball, but
Now Sturrick turning. Foul there. Nope, no foul. Referee waves that off immediately. Popovic, clean tackle. Little back heel that time from Gorman. Into the area it goes. Trying to move in was Barbin. Inverted quite heavily from his position. That could be a problem now as Vic West tries to counter, but that's a good back check there by Greaves. Making absolutely sure. Cedric Gaba over to Kolopaisis. Kolopaisis wearing the armband for this one. Lipke forward. Trying to turn there was Greaves. In possession so far, it's been all Lakehill. Vic West have only been able to get anything done on the counter. I have to wonder if that's a deliberate game plan, Vince, knowing what kind of offensive weapons Lakehill has.
You know what? I really do think the Vic West are looking to pick and choose their time to counter wisely. They've got, obviously, as you know, they're short a couple bodies due to some couple of semi-final red cards. So it's probably not the full personnel they want out there, but like you say, picking and choosing their time is exactly part of their game plan.
Campanelli and Almardi on this near side really trying to find ways to make those happen, but so far the passing's been fairly clean. Playing out of the back here by Lakehill, and it honestly, it has to be clean. There's no real option here. Kolopaisis loses out. Now a chance for Almardi to make something happen. Here's the support coming from Mackenzie Cole. Looks up the middle, but no one able to make that run. You get the sense Vic West isn't going to get many chances like that, and they cannot afford to squander those. Barbin clips forward with Greaves. Nice little cut back there by Barbin. Blocked. Vic West now on the counter. Nice little back heel there. Took their time. Chen now. It's going to allow the fullbacks time to play into here. Pierce. Back to Popovic. Chen. Harapa. Which this time goes up the middle. Finds Cole. Out wide. Pritchard. Trying to go up against, or at least trying to feed Academia forward to get past Greaves. No such joy, but they will get the throw out of it. Too many red jerseys in the way there to make anything happen. It'll be a Lakehill throw. 16 minutes gone. First half of the Sir John Jackson Cup final. Lakehill FC 0, Vic West FC 0. Pritchard has to stop that one and does, and even gets a throw for his side in the process. Cuts back, being hounded all the way back there by Gorman, or by Nelson, excuse me. Cole now finding himself in similar trouble. Poked forward. Sturrick checked his run. He's onside in good position. Fouled. Draws the foul. Sturrick knew exactly what he was doing there. You could see that one coming. As soon as he had this ball, saw the man coming, waited for the contact. Down he goes.
Not his first day at the park. He knows exactly what to do to shield the ball, protect it, draw the foul. Very seasoned veteran-like.
No need for Jedi mind tricks there. That was just good soccer sense. Now a chance. Good looking set piece here from Lakehill. Barrett, or not Barrett, it's Greaves is taking this one. It's short though, easily cleared by Vic West. 4 of them now in position to start something. And they will. Weissmiller. Forward. Cole. Shields the ball, brought down. He'll win a foul of his own. Will they take this quickly? Calling for it wide open here is Pierce on this near side. they're going to leave it. And there's the foul. No shocker there. And they will indeed go for it. Pierce still calling for it on this near side. And Popovich might give it to him now. No, they'll go up the middle. Campanelli has dropped way back to try and start this attack. Now he has the ball, Marcus Campanelli. Popovich curls it up and over. Now it falls to Pierce. Puts it on the deck. Marty unable to hold on to it and even concedes the foul in the process. He's somewhat incredulous at that decision. Take a look here. So Pierce sends this forward. There's the step in, and then the second one there. It's a bit soft, but I can see why you're calling that. You are impeding the direct progress. Greaves back to Borbin. Borbin and Greaves taking their time on that on the left side. Cole trying to put some pressure on them. Lakehill trying to outweight Vic West here. Use that position to their advantage. Looking for Gorman. Falls to Sturrick nicely though. First time falling right at Harappa. Sasha Harappa not fazed by that one, but that was a good quick chance from Lakehill.
Yeah, Blair's going to want that one back. That he didn't get much wood on that one. And yeah, he'll be shaking his head after, I'm sure.
Does well to chest that down though. It's a difficult one to bring in. Meanwhile, comes back and forces the turnover. Off of Campanelli there, and away go Lakehill. Gorman has Sturrick central. Keeps it himself. Cuts back to Cedric Abba. But Cedric Abba, lovely footwork. Even gets a shot on goal out of it. Couldn't quite pick the far corner, but not for lack of effort. Norbert Cedric Abba. 1-2. And Campanelli knows if he does anything, that's going to be a guaranteed penalty. He has to let that go. Abba, possibly his own worst enemy there, not able to hold his own footing. Popovich sends that one forward. It'll come back to Pritchard.
Ooh.
Back comes Almardi. Almardi looks long. I want to try and get Kaelyn Cook into this thing. He's been relatively quiet to go, or in the opening goings of this match. To be fair, it's not like he's had a lot to go on. And that would be a foul conceded by Vic West in that build-up. Lakehill will get a go to it, though they do have a player on the deck here. And that would, in fact, be Theo Weissmiller. So yeah, he's cut him a little bit high there. I don't think there's any malice or anything
I think it might have been in the handball on the next guy coming through. So.
Mm-hmm. Boom goes long. Oh, he's found Sturrick, who did get ahead to it.
Good ball, Tower.
And they will get a goal kick out of that. Not the best touch Sturrick is hoping for. Though he is getting into the right positions, though. And like any good striker, you want them to be hungry for the ball. You want them to be always trying to up themselves one time after the next. So long as it doesn't turn into frustration that causes you to choke when you absolutely need to. I think Lakehill will be happy to see Sturrick hungry for a goal here.
You know, he's got a great working partner in Patrick Nelson as well up top there. So out of all the teams on the island, I'm not sure if you can come up with a better 1-2 punch up top, that's for sure.
Campanelli over the top. They've moved Kaelyn Cook centrally now to try and get him into this match, hence why they dropped Campanelli down. Weissmiller trying to help. Little low bridge action there by Chen. Ten-on-10 action there as Chen takes out Barrett with the low back. Up the middle. Oh, that's going to be not called handball. Cedric Abba comes away with it. They'll get another crack here. Barrett, that is Barrett, goes right up the top. Once again, Sturrick trying to go up against Popovich. Popovich can keep it in, he can, but he gives it straight away. Kobe Greaves back to Sturrick. Targets everywhere to pick from. Goes back posts. Good interception there by Sean Pierce. Oh, swing and a miss, and that'll be a foul. And that'll be a talking to Patrick Nelson. Swing and a miss there.
Looked like Craig Gorman was going to have a full wind-up on that. And well, the ball got away first, and Gorman followed through with his attempted volley. No malice, definitely a foul.
Yep. Sasha Harapa will get things going. Long ball. Will be headed away from Kaelyn Cook.
Gorman wearing his trusty number 7 today.
Oh, so they switched around.
They must have been something going on there.
Foul there. Down to ground goes Mackenzie Cole. If there's one thing you can say about this match, Mitch, they are not afraid to throw in some crunching tackles here. Both sides are up for this one. And
you notice how Mackenzie really went into that to try to look for that foul, and you know what? He got it. It's just smart soccer.
And now decent chance for a set piece here for Vic West. Looks like their chances here. There's the delivery. Campanelli couldn't find anybody to latch onto it. Look at a second chance, though. Almardi in a dangerous position. Gets the left foot across in, swatted away by Illich. Still not fully cleared, though. Now it will be. Oh, cleared out, though. Hard tackle that time by Victor Chen. Pressure still on here from Vic West. Can they keep it in? Not quite. Weissmuller just not quite able to get that one to stick around. Marty here does so well to get this onto his left and then put the cross in, but alert to that one.
Tough angle to score from there. I think he might have been better off to pull it back a bit and look for a mate.
In the middle it goes. Gorman and Nelson are both there. Do again escape a difficult situation there with Theo Weissmuller. Looks for the back pass, gets it. Goes right up the middle to absolutely no one in particular, and Kalapaisis slices through midfield. There's a lot of space here for Kobe Greaves. Goes over the top, finds Cedric Gaba. And will that be a corner? It will indeed be corner for Lakehill. There's some good footwork here from Norbert Cedric Gaba in close. No, full credit to Sean Pierce. That could have been a foul that had gone half a centimeter wrong to the inside. Instead, it's a clean tackle, out for a corner. Craig Gorman winding up for this one. Floats it in, back post to over. Oh, he's out of his net, is Harapa, but he manages to get it in the end. Bit of panic there. It flies over, he misses the punch, and it falls to perhaps the last person you want. Sturrick not quite able to pull the trigger that time, as Harapa did just enough to keep a presence there.
You saw Blair look into the heavens there, as he knows that a little unfortunate not to get a bit of a better lift on that, but there it is.
Yeah, full credit to Popovich over there for doing his absolute best to try and throw Sturrick off, and it appears to have worked. Harapa goes long. Chen. Hold up play there from Cole. Didn't quite work. though he himself was held up. It'll be a throw-in for Lakehill. Barrett. A bit of an awkward first touch. Still gets it to midfield. Vic West will recover. Pierce. Lots of room for Pierce to set something up here. Opposite go back to Popovich. Back comes Campanile. Now operating more or less in the same room that Barrett is for Lakehill and trying to provide an outlet. The middle goes Vice Miller. Gets the return. Chance here for Almardi. Cuts inside. Taken down. No call. Oh, what a save from Illich! But they get the follow-up into the back of the net! 1-0, Vic West!
Wow.
Kaelyn Cook, they wanted him into the match. They moved him up top center from coming on the wing, and it pays off. Almardi does all this work. There's the shot from Chen. Great save, but nobody marks the unmarked Kaelyn Cook, and he bundles it into the net.
What a great first save from Illich, but yeah, no one trailing that. And, well, and look what happened with Cook. That was nice. Thank you very much, tap in. And the Greens haven't hoisted this cup since 1989. And you know that just went into a bunch of their minds right now. Will this be another Frank Woods type year where they hoist the cup?
28th minute strike from Kaelyn Cook has them up 1-0. Assist going to Victor Chen on that one for the initial strike. And anybody marks Cook on that play. Anybody. And we're talking about a monster save by Marko Illich. Instead, Cook is allowed to get there to the rebound. And it's 1-0 Vic West. Let's take another look at this. This is just some great stuff. Almardi makes the drive in, goes to ground. It's never going to be a foul, but the shot by Chen is wonderful. The save by Illich even better, but nobody is there to mark Kaelyn Cook. Keeps himself on side, which in itself is a feat.
I hate to leave you, Arturo, but I got to go get these kids ready for the feature match at halftime.
Oh, yes, we have our special feature of the U8 Championship. At halftime, Illich comes out to claim that one. I believe you got one of those as your teams. Good luck to you, Vince. So our halftime entertainment is going to be a special little thing of two U8 teams competing to see who can not only get the win, but who can have the best celebration. On the one side, it's the Gorge Panthers, coached by Jake Nemec, and in the other side, it's the Lakehill Legends, coached by Vince Greco. Meanwhile, though, we have our current cup match. There's a free kick now awarded to Vic West for a foul that slightly behind the play. Referee played advantage there. So it was clear there was none to be gained. Kaelyn Cook, that man there, Victor Chen, number 10 in green, with the initial strike. Cook knocked it home. Get inside the 1-0 lead. Cook now leads his team with 5 goals in the Jackson Cup. He was tied with Almardi on 4 to go with the 10 goals Cook scored in the regular season. Pierce on the deck for Cook. This time sliding in. No nonsense whatsoever from Chris Piraboom. You have to think Lakehill's not going to make that mistake twice and allow Cook to get away unmarked. Weissman tried to get it in there, cleared. Nelson. Out wide. Pisces looks up, looks for Gorman, came past him though. Campanile brings that down, all the way back to Harappa. Watched closely there by Nelson. Greaves, intercepting. Goes right back the other way. Head away by Popovich. Pritchard charging up. Still with it. Inverts, keeps his feet. There's Academia. My mistake. Mateus Academia with a lovely little run there. Gets back into position. Pierce. Popovic. Harapa goes long and direct here. He's got Almardi there, he's got Cook there. Pierce. Weissmiller. Watch very closely there by Nelson, or by Gorman make that. Flicked on. Almardi. It's inside. Chen. Will he have another go? He tried. Blocked by the other 10, Wes Barrett. And we started quickly. There's Sturrick. Tries to get off the shoulder of Pritchard and just might have. Sturrick, little stutter, puts the cross in. Coming in late was Gorman. Not able to get there. Referee isn't interested in any foul. But the follow-up strike is just over the bar. Torrey Barbin decided he'd come in and lash his boot through that one. The initial call, nothing really in that. Gorman goes off of his feet of his own accord there, but then Barbin needs to keep that one down. The fullback has a nice go at it. Harapa will, with 10 minutes to go before halftime, slow things down, play out from the back. Pierce now being watched by Cedric Abba. Cook, double mark now, that leaves Almardi space. Marty cuts to his right foot, gets a bend on the post. Oh, you can see him lining it up. Kenzie Cole tries his luck over the bar. Oh, Salem Almardi nearly connected. He wanted that right-footed strike, drew everyone in, hooks it, you can see here left to right, gets what he wants, puts the bend, and oh, flush on the far side of the post and out. Oh, we said it was going to be Vic West looking to make their bones on the counter. And unsurprising, that's exactly what they've done. That's how Chen got his initial shot, which was knocked in by Cook. And Almardi made the run to set all of that up. Start trying to get in behind there. Axdinia has other ideas. Nelson. Barrett. Switches it over. Pierboom has to work quick to get to this one. And it's blocked. Weissmiller starts the counter. Almardi. This time, Pisces is there to make absolutely certain. A lot of Kobe Greaves there, going up against his matching number 2 there, and Daniel Pritchard. Goal kick for Vic West. Pierce can't get through. Cedric Abba goes right up the middle. Lots of space here in midfield. Abba again. Keeps possession. Initially drawn in Kobe Greaves. Now Barrett will allow him to retreat, playing in Libke. Greaves and Barrett as they work their way now on this near side. Chen keeping an eye on him with Cook. Marty's dropped deep, try and start those counters. Long ball there. That's going to be asking a lot, but he will get there. Will Kalapaisis puts it low, intercepted by Almardi. That clearance is blocked. Falls to Sturrick. Couldn't pull the trigger. Ball still loose. Gava tied up. No call, and Chen comes away with it. Chen goes over the top. It's a race here between Kaelyn Cook and Chris Pierboom. 19 on 19. Puts it centrally. Cole turns out wide. Campanelli Tries his up to the left foot. That is well inside. Marty's clearance there blocked. There's nobody able to really get a hold of this, and they tried to get it through, but Nelson not able to force that one through. Unable to connect on that, a little bit of good fortune. Which is not something you'd have to necessarily say about the Lakehill attack, that it would require fortune, yet today Vic West are doing everything they can to stop this Lakehill attack from clicking, but now they've left Gorman briefly free, but there is the second effort. And now that's surely offside if Cook gets to this, and yes, he absolutely is. It's not a subtle offside there from Kaelyn Cook. Lipke restarts. Cedric Abba. Goes long. Sees the run of Greaves. Barron is there as well. They have to go back to Barrett. Now Barron. Or Barbin, excuse me. Flicked on. That time Sturrick got the flick on he wanted. On target, right on net. Only problem was the one Sasha Harappa standing between the ball and the net. Sturrick right now with the shot lead. They're all forwards in this match. Small comfort to him, though, since none of them have gone in the back of the net. Gorman might be offside here. Or Nelson make that. Checked his run, though. There's Gorman essentially with Sturrick. Sturrick goes down. Nelson turns. Crossed in. And there's a foul committed. That actually might be a card as well, and it will be. First card of the game. Mateus Academia called for that one as he cleaned out Kobe Greaves. So in the 41st minute, we have our first booking, and it's to Academia. Lakehill with an excellent position here. We'll see how this unfolded. The little flick on from Sturrick. Academia comes back in and just gets high with the knee there. That's a careless use of his limbs there. There's no need to jump that high knee first into somebody. And Academia might protest. That's referee's very justified in calling a foul and even issuing a yellow card. No, it's Barrett standing over this one on the free kick. Lakehill targets there. They'd love one before halftime. It's in short. It's flicked on. It's still loose. And Harappa comes up with it. That was a heart-in-mouth moment there for Vic West as it falls so nicely. And there's a little miscommunication there between Weissmiller and Harappa. Nobody in a red and white kit nearby to capitalize on it. And Vic West back up the field. Mackenzie Cole. Theo Weissmiller. Sean Pierce. Campanelli. Back to Popovich. Cole now also serving as that release valve. Intercepted before we get to Weissmiller. Ball's to Chen. First time ball cleared. Weissmiller again trying to hound Kobe Greaves. Greaves comes away with it. Barbin leaves that for Libke. And Libke goes long. Thinks he sees Sturrick. Might get a glancing touch to it, but Harappa will settle that down. Sensing Nelson trotting in behind him, does eventually pick it up. About 3 minutes to go before halftime. Vic West 1, Lakehill 0. 28th minute goal from Kaelyn Cook. Off of initially a great save by Marco Illich on a Victor Chen strike. Nobody marked Cook for the rebound. Forward dutifully pots his 5th goal of the Cup campaign. They'll whistle this one down to get the correct ball in play here. And to get the throw in taken from a more fitting position. Long throw from Barban. Reeves fends off one challenge, puts it inside. Gorman keeps his feet, cleared out. Cedric Gaba. Barrett. First time over the top. Kolopaisis. It's a long ball though. Kolopaisis won't be able to get onto that. Popovic. Gaba getting in there. But now he gets away with it. Campanelli fouled. Crowd has some opinions on that one. Cedric Gaba had moved in. The feeling there is that Campanelli might have gone to ground a little bit easily. And while you can certainly make a case for that, you can't put your hands on another player like that. And if they go to ground, it's purely the referee's mercy whether or not that you are going to be whistled for that. And in that case, foul was called. Moral of the story, keep your hands to yourself. Lesson applicable to many parts of life, but I digress. Foul now. This time conceded by Lakehill, which means Vic West. Another great position here. Or conceded by Vic West, excuse me. Lakehill in a great position. We'll back off the Vic West line. We're trying to time waste as we've hit almost the full 45 of the first half. Classic CONCACAF trickery here. Pretend you don't understand what the referee is doing and eat off as many seconds as you can. 3 different takers standing over this. Who wants it? Nope. It's going to be Gorman. Floats it in, punched clear, rebound, just wide. Very nearly set piece trickery. And a red card has been shown. They've shown a straight red to Sasha Harapa. The Vic West players are incensed. What happened there? Harapa has been shown a straight red by the referee and ejected. Vic West, who are up 1-0 as we are into stoppage time of the first half, are now down a goalkeeper. It was unclear initially what the foul was. It looked like it was going to be restarted, but then the referee turned around. Red to Harapa. The players are trying valiantly to defend this. Let's see what happened here. So, Harapa makes the initial punch. Misses initially, gets back up. Oh, there we go. That would be it. The referee caught Harapa making that gesture there. Immediate red card. Well, that makes it a little clearer to what he was being sent off for. The referee's well within their discretion to assess a red card there for unbecoming conduct. So now the question becomes, with no Harapa, who do you put into the net? Harapa can't believe this is happening. And the coaching staff on the far side of the pitch are also more than a little bit outraged about this. Though everyone is more or less keeping their temper as this infraction is explained to them. The Lakehill players have kept a healthy distance from all of this, and you can't blame them. Now I imagine the question will be, who do you put in net? So look at this again. The initial save happens. Harapa seems to have taken an issue with somebody. We don't quite see at the end of the shot there, but he makes a gesture to someone. And that's what eventually made the call. So you can see there, the card's already been assessed. He's already been ordered off by the referee. Now at that point, as we saw the initial wide angle there, the referee caught that gesture clearly as it was made. And at that point, really not a lot you can do. So they have brought in a backup keeper, it looks like. And the referee is now talking with the assistant. Now there's something happening on this near side. What have they discovered now? And they will restart play. So the initial chance goes wide. So from a near miss for Lakehill, here you can see, wait for it, there it is. That's the gesture. The referee did not miss that. And a straight red at halftime is the end result for Harappa. And that is it. No further stoppage time added on after that long break. So I think the complaint there was that Cedric Ava had gone to ground too easily. Well, the players did come together. I don't think that would have been the issue. There was no card involved, and that indeed is the end of the first half. After 45 minutes, it's Vic West 1, Lakehill 0, but Vic West are now down to 10 players after the loss of Sasha Harappa, the 45th minute red card. There is plenty more to come. Second half will come up in just a moment, but first, we have our featured halftime entertainment. It's the U8 match between the Gorge Panthers and the Lakehill Legends. Setting up the nets right now here to get the kids out there, and by request, we are going to stay on this action at midfield. We have been told that there's been more than a little excitement between the Panthers and the Legends. This match being sponsored by the Tide Academy from North Cowichan. Representing the Gorge Panthers, Mateo Nemec, Kai Anderson, Max Davies, Aki Otani, and Mikhailo Woon. And for the Lakehill Legends, Tisa Fendi, Spencer Hacking, Kaiden Eam, Gino Greco, Timothy Collins, and Grayson Pescud. Nets are good to go. Getting the kids ready from their brief stopover in the changing area. Of course, trying to get through the net of players, the net of fans going for halftime break. Now here they are. Gorge Panthers in their black kit. Lakehill Legends in their red and white, matching their respective teams from the VISL. Before this match was started, the kids didn't know that they'd be getting jerseys with numbers on them, which they then referred to as big kid jerseys. And to say that they are excited to have big kid jerseys would be an understatement. So we're going to move the nets a little bit closer to midfield, make it a little bit easier for us to see there. So the midfield stripe will indeed be midfield for this match. It'll be 5-on-5. Lakehill do have a sixth player, so that they will be a sub. They'll have to figure out who that's going to be. Looks like Kaiden Eam there, number 2, maybe moved to the side. And we'll sort that out in just a moment here. They have their ball. Gorge in their huddle. Panthers are ready to go. Lakehill's ready to go. They'll rock, paper, scissors for first kick. Rock, paper, scissors won ably there by Lakehill. I'm sure there's a strategy involved, but darned if I even know it. Collins tries to get that back, very nearly given away. Attempt there from Nemec, trying to get that in right off the opening kick is denied. Greco now. starting from his own net. Plays out wide. Closed down immediately. Couldn't quite get rid of it, though. And now Pescud forced out wide. Gorge back inside, lost again. Nice pick up there by Hacking. Intercepted well there, though. Davies and Otani coming together. Back comes Lakehill. They have a little bit of space here if they can get around. Nice defending there from Max Davies. Kept his cool. Not trying to muscle through there. Gino Greco punches it clear. He's matching number 10, Mateo Nemec. Up the side, watched closely by Collins. Back comes Lakehill. It's anybody's game here. Calm defending at the back, though, by Pescud. One of the taller players on the pitch. Makes sense that he would be a stay-at-home defender. He's making sure that the attacking line keeps its cool as well. A lot of wall of players there for Collins to try and get through. Nothing going. Now there's a chance coming in up on this near side was Greco. First shot doesn't go. Chance for Gorge on the counter. They go from distance. No. It was the right idea there from Davies. Saw daylight, couldn't get the shot to go. They'll move the spare ball away here on the restart. Difficult situation here. Lakehill forced back to their own net. Nice turn under pressure. Oh, very nearly let go. Collins kept his nerve. Davies steps up again. Out wide, Hacking. Hacking tries his shot off the net. Not quite. Off the frame of the goal and out. Spencer Hacking nearly puts Lakehill up 1-0. Goal kick now from the Panthers. So many options here. What does he do? He helps to go close. High press though from Lakehill. Trying to turn in there was Kaiden Eam, but nowhere left to go. As Eam is now checked into this match, briefly replacing Pescud. I think going with a smaller wing type player to replace the defender. Lakehill wants to go for this one. Just do the touch in here instead of the throw in. Nemec. Does he like his chances from distance here? He's going to try it. Can't weave that one through the knot of Lakehill defenders standing in front of that net. He's Hacking now again. This time blocked. Good defensive work there by Kai Anderson. Wound now. Turned around a bit. Still comes away with it. He has some help from his teammates there. Coming together was Otani and Nemec to make sure. And now it's Lakehill. Oh, it's very close here, but they managed to clear only as far as FND. And now Lakehill forced back off that clearance. Good block there, aggressive work from Davies. Can't hold on to it. Greco decides enough. Oh, just couldn't get it to go. Gino Greco thought he saw a way to get through, took the shot himself from distance. That might have to be the way we do it here. And they're going to play this one as a throw in from wide. Or tap in as the case would be at this level. And oh, again, post and wide. Second time Lakehill have hit the frame of the goal. Couldn't get it to fall. Gorge trying to move out, playing from the back, nearly went towards their own net there. With Lakehill. With some pressure now. They try again. Catches a clever deflection. Still clear. There's a chance! Oh, off a leg. Hacking not able to get that one to sit down for him. Plenty of active work there on defense by the Gorge Panthers. Woon, Otani, Davies, Anderson, and Nemec effectively collapsing into a 5-man unit here. Now nice little footwork to move out. Gorge has a chance to settle something down. They opt to go long. That's going to just miss Nemec. Instead, FND, leave that one. He'll sub out, and subbing back in here will be Pescud. He moves out. Greco. Near side for Eam. Can't dance his way through 1-on-2. It's turned around. Chance here for Gorge if they can sneak this through, but no, blocked. Hacking the other way. Eam is with them, loses out. Pescud tries to provide support. And he crosses the line for another throw. Throw such as it is. Lakehill. Back to their own net with a miscommunication. Very nearly costs them. Almost getting miscommunication on the back pass. Otani. Davies make that. Oh, he tries the spectacular Olympico. He can't get it to go, though. So it'll be Lakehill. Up the middle they go. Ian might have been in an offside position, but no one seems to have noticed or cared. And either way, ball is out, taken quickly. Hurry up play here, hacking. Under pressure, loses out. Now it's Otani moving forward. Has Woon with him, loses. Davies is there as well. Greco. We'll go all the way back to hacking. Tries to keep it in. That'll go over to Woon. Be a goal kick for Gorge. Gorge Panthers 0, Lakehill Legends 0. The special U8 halftime exhibition match is truly up for grabs here. Waiting for the goal that will break it all open. Could be the deciding goal is the first one. Gorge have done well to weather the attack of Lakehill. They were pressed into their own end for a while. Now Gorge are showing that they can at least fight back. Otani. Nice little ball looking for Davies. Davies still has a chance here along with Woon, both of them staying forward. Just the one back, and there it is! There's the goal for Lakehill! Polishing the shoes because those shoes are magical. Yes, they are. Number 10, Gino Greco with the 1-0 goal. Lakehill with a massive lead late in this match. Look to the side to start for Gorge. They need to move directly on the attack here. Greco, the goal scorer, gives it away. Otani, can he press in? Panthers doing the right thing by swarming the goal. That'll go out. It'll likely go out in favor of the Panthers. Look at the replay here of the goal from Greco. Does well to nick it free here. Sees daylight, slips it in dead center of the net. Thank you very much. And can they hold on to it? Need to turn around though. And as it stands right now, the goal scorer Greco has been subbed off. And they've brought Collins, Pescud, Eam, Hacking, and Effendi back forward for Lakehill. They need to hold on for a little while ago. Tani's shot is blocked. Second effort, he can try to get a third if he wants. Trying to force through there was Woon. Nothing doing. And it's Lakehill to the attack again. Hacking, dancing his way through trouble. 1-on-3 still going. Spencer Hacking finally knocked free, eating up valuable time. Well, there's a little bit of a trip there. There's a call for a foul from the back line. Mateo Nemec, please go unheeded. Meanwhile, Davies is down. They'll haul him back up, make sure he's okay. If you're the Panthers, you don't want to be time wasting at this point. Maybe if you're up 1-0, you time waste, but not when you're chasing a goal late. And the idea here is route one. They're calling for this to go long, and that's the right call. Oh, but it's a bit of a scuff, and it's intercepted by Greco. He's looking for two. Can he get a boot to it? Cleared. Last line defending by Gorge works. Davies tries to get it free to Woon. Otani is there as well, but they lose out. Nice block there by Kai Anderson. Good defensive work. Anderson's been the one who's been tasked to try and keep the midfield more or less in shape on the defensive end. Tough work for Anderson, but someone's got to do it. Eam trying to get a hold there, but now it's the Panthers on the break here. Greco, though, there to break it up. To the corner, trying for the time wasting it, across the side. It's over the touchline for a throw. Panthers realize time's against them here. Davies to take this one. Opts to go deep. Tries to draw some of the Lakehill attackers out, and unfortunately he has. The problem is they have the ball, and it's two! Tisa Fendi! What a steal, what a goal! Didn't waste time, put it on net, and Effendi, great steal here. Right in the back of the net. Lakehill up 2-0, you have to think that's gonna be it. Greco's trying for it, make it three, he will. It's gotta be academic at this point, and that is the final whistle for the U8 halftime special. Gino Greco with 2 goals, Tisa Fendi with 1. It's Lakehill 3, the Lakehill Legends, Gorge Panthers 0. We'll see you in a little while for the second half of the Sir John Jackson Cup final. We are back for the second half of the Sir John Jackson Cup here on Shaw Spotlight. The 2023 Jackson Cup has Vic West currently up 1-0 over Lakehill, though the big drama at the end of the first half, Sasha Harapa being sent off for a straight red card. Here you can see some of the work being done by Lakehill to find their way through. Excellent footwork there by Norbert Cedricaba. Undressing the defense. Not able to find the back of the net, though. Meanwhile, at the other end, doing equally good work, Salem Almardi making things happen. And he would eventually make things happen here. Almardi goes down. Chendik the shot. Fantastic save from Illich. Nobody marks Kaelyn Cook. Kaelyn Cook, excuse me. Kaelyn Cook makes it 1-0. And you would think a 41st or 28th minute goal, that's going to make for a fun sprint to the finish. It's going to become even more fun now as the person currently holding the ball live on the field right now is the new goalkeeper for Vic West. That would be one Mr. Jack Garner, who has been brought in now. Garner brought in because Harapa was sent off for a straight red card. The referee detected a unsporting gesture being made that was deemed to be there was a level beyond unsporting conduct, but the name escapes me. The point is, in the laws of the game, there is a level of misconduct that warrants a straight red card. That would be one of them. Academia, who's on a yellow right now with a nice tackle there. Point being, Harapa is out. Garner is now in. So the question for Vic West now. They're down a player. They're on their backup goalkeeper. Can they hold on to a 1-0 lead to get through to the end of this match? You know, what will also be interesting to see is who was brought out. Because again, goalkeeper sent off. That means someone else has to be subbed off in order for you to get a backup goalkeeper in. So they left Campanelli on. They left Cook on. So they left Almardi on. Well, that makes sense for all the attackers. Meanwhile, Evan Lipke here for Lakehill. Floats one in, headed clear. Almardi now at the run. Cook knocks it over. Head down, going for a run here is Pierce. Can he get past? He's asking a lot to get past Greaves there. Weissmiller gets the deflection and gets the throw. Long throw. Trying to get his way in. No call there. Cook tripping, then being tripped, but regardless, Sturrick now trying to get off the line at the shoulder of the last defender. Popovich is there. They'll try again. This time it's Pritchard getting his head up to it. And we thought Vic West was playing defensive in the first half. They're down a player. Just watch them try and bunker for this one. Can they do a 45-minute bunker, though? That is going to be a massive order. Lipke. Greaves goes wide. Barrett goes long. Ooh, very long. Don't know if Barrett was trying to actually try and find the back of the net there, or if he thought maybe he could get a flick on or a header. Would have been something spectacular if he had scored from there. Chen is still on the field. Campanelli's on the field. Weissmiller is still on the field. Popovich and Pritchard are still there. Academia's still there. They must have overcounted somebody because that's 11 players. Mackenzie Cole is off the pitch. That's who they removed. So that would have been Mackenzie Cole who was subbed out to make way for Jack Garner to come in goal. Now another foul here. This time, foul conceded by Lakehill after on the deck there is Popovich. Taking Take a look here. Long ball from Barrett. And Sturrick has it coming together with Popovich. Comes down, and I can see where he might stay down there. Sturrick wants the call. It's an optimistic view at best, but then he came down on the leg there, Popovich. Hence why he was slow getting up. Barrett with the long ball. Up goes Sturrick. Comes down on the leg of Popovich there. But Popovich is up and mobile, so still good to go. Greaves. Past Chen on this near side. Parm Johal now. Moving up on the left side for Lakehill. Looking for a call. Number 12 there in red, Parm Johal, substitute brought on at halftime for Lakehill. If I had to guess, that would probably mean he's being brought in as a fullback to replace Tori Barbin. See there, Academia. Once again, Academia's on a yellow. He has to be careful in these plays. You're already down to 10 players. You cannot go down to 9. Meanwhile, Kaelyn Cook loses out. Do that one for Academia. Barrett playing the 1-2 there with Nelson. Pisces goes long. You can see the idea there. They had one target in mind. It was Jack Hill. Sturrick twisting and turning. Tries with the cross, blocked by Chen. That should be out, and it is. It'll be a corner. One of the other halftime substitutions there. Jack Hill coming in. More UVic connections. There's another one on the bench in the form of Isaac Coach if they can bring him on. Almost like we're watching a UVic team circa 2018 on the pitch here at this point, but that is a good thing for Lakehill. They play short. Greaves crosses, headed clear. Johal goes wide. Still plenty of bodies forward. They've left the big bodies forward. Hill goes central. Looks like now with that long ball that they're looking for Peerboom, who'd move forward, but Garner is there and he claims it. Garner wearing number 71. There's Jack Hill muscling his way forward there. Sorry, I misspoke earlier. I suggested the Colapices was still available on that far side. I believe that was actually Jack Hill who I was referring to. That would have been the other substitution. Because Peerboom's still there. Greaves is still there. Lipke is still there, who's moved to a left-sided role now. On the overlap comes Lakehill. They go low, looking for the flick on. It'll deflect up and over, and it will be a corner. 53rd minute complete. And Lakehill are doing absolutely everything they can. They've got a full half with a player advantage. They will need to use all of it. Cleared away. Chance for a counter here. This is always going to be the problem. Kaelyn Cook, who's gotten free. Cook! Great save by Marko Ilic. Cook looking for 2 on the counter. They call it on the offside. That whistle's nope. It's some behind the play. The referee stopped the play. There is a Vic West player down. That is Popovich. You may recall that he was injured earlier. So this is Cook's great run here past Parm Johal. Back comes Jack Hill to help, and Illich is there with the big save. There it is. So off of the set piece here, down goes Popovic. Yeah, I think that might have been just a case where the knee buckled. Yeah, he does not look like he's having a fun time out there. Does Dima Popovic. Product of the FC Karpati youth system. So along with Harapa, part of that Eastern European contingent. And judging by that limp, that very well may be the end of the day here for Dima Popovic. That is bad to worse for Vic West, as already their defense is going to be tested for the entirety of the half. Now to lose down a player, to now lose a top, yeah, and you can see again, it's Sturrick and Popovic coming together. Battle of the fours. And Popovic, his leg has finally had enough. Is he going to try and stay in this match? As he hasn't taken his seat yet. Referee will give a drop ball here back to Illich to get things restarted, but Popovic is still standing. Is he seriously going to try and play through this? He just might. Well, it's a gutsy effort there from Popovic to try and stay in this game. Not sure it's advisable. He can sub back in. It's a nice little accidental dummy there for the referee. Lidke inside there to Hill, who's playing as a midfielder, trying to link things together. Greaves. There's the cross, looking for Sturrick. Falls to Garner instead, snares it. So in effect, Lakehill decided to press their advantage by going with a 3-5-2, adding in Jack Hill purely for that offensive medal to replace Kolopaisis. Which is not a bad strategy. The only problem there, again, yes, you're chasing a goal. Yes, you need muscle up front, but as Kaelyn Cook has now shown multiple times, it doesn't take much for a counter to happen. Lidke. Joe Hall. It's back. He has Piraboom to his right. He's going to try and move forward with this, though. Now he thinks about it. Now he goes to the right. Back comes Barrett. He's that release valve. There's a substitution being lined up here for Lakehill as Cedric Ava loses out. And that is Kolopaisis on the far side. So then who did they bring out to bring Hill in? Well, while we work on that confusion, let's get back to the game. Lidke heads forward. Hill on the deck. Finds Sturrick. Great tackle there. Last-ditch tackle from Pierce. It's out for a corner. The frustration continues for Blair Sturrick. Vic West bending as they do. This is a lovely tackle when Pierce gets it absolutely spot on. All ball. Sturrick going to ground. If he so much as clips Sturrick in the shins, that's a penalty. Great defense from Sean Pierce. It must have been one of Gorman or Nelson that was brought off then for Hill. Near post with the corner, cleared. And one substitution completed. Isaac Coach has come in. Placing Norbert Cedric Abba. So like for like in midfield, looking for those midfield engine type players. That makes sense. And Cole Pices now will set up this throw. So it's definitely Gorman that was brought off in for Hill. I do not see a 7 on there in red. Pices with the throw. Ball sent in. Flicked on. Garner there! At full stretch, Garner brings it down. It's a lovely ball over the top, too. Flicked on that time by Piraboom. Garner already in the air as that ball is coming down at full stretch. And now Lakehill are once again sent back. We've reached the hour mark. Vic West 1, Lakehill 0. Vic West playing down a player and with a backup keeper, Jack Garner, after their starter, Sasha Haraba, sent off for an obscene gesture. Straight red card in the 45th minute. On the counter now, Vic West. Cook looks forward. Finds Campanelli, centers, nobody there. Following up, Cole taken out, no call. So Mackenzie Cole having come back into this match. It looks like he might have gotten clipped a little bit sharp there. He's still walking though. Meanwhile, the other end of the pitch, Kobe Greaves for Lakehill, taps the outside of his foot. Barrett shakes off Academia, puts the cross in, back post, nobody there. Hill with the left footer, high back post, asking a lot here of Nelson, and Nelson is offside. So here's the chance for Vic West. As you can see, swing and a miss there from Cole, and cleaned out in the process. Yeah, the defender gets to the ball first, so there's no foul there. I mean, there's definite contact, but you'd be very, very hard pressed to call that a penalty with the defender making a fair clearance on the ball. Hill forced back. Piraboom. Kolopisis. Watched there by Salem Almardi. Throwing for Lakehill. So with Cole coming in, let's check and see who they brought out to allow Cole back into this match. Chen. In fact, I think it was. So trying to keep the midfield as fresh as they can here. Cole in, Chen out. Lakehill forced back. Long ball there from Lidke. Does fall kindly, but it's offside. Perhaps a little bit too kindly. Garner will take this goal kick, and he will take his time over it. If you've ever wondered what time-wasting tactics look like, get ready to watch Vic West for the next 28 minutes. They are going to do everything they can to eke every second off that clock. Reeves. Joe Hall. For a run there. Nice coach. Stays in play from Matidinha. Hooks it up the field. Blocked. And that'll be a throw. It'll go the way of Vic West, too. Came off the legs. I believe that was off of the legs of Isaac Koch last. So, Matidinha will get the throw here. He's still on a card, by the way, 41st minute yellow. The only outfield player to be booked. Oh, a little nutmeg, too cheeky nutmeg from Campanelli. Barges his way through. Can't get too further, though. Nelson sends that along the deck. Reeves fakes first time cross. In comes Joe Hall. He's got to step on Academia. First time cross at the left boot. Intercepted. Sturrick with a little shove. No call. Despite the protestations of some of the fans directly outside our broadcast window. Peereboom. Greaves. Barrett. Barrett has to run for this one. Peereboom to Kolopaisis. They go long. They're looking for Sturrick. Garner is there first. Garner urges everybody just to stay calm, mind their marks. Still 25 minutes to go for this one. It's going to be the longest 25 of their lives for a lot of these Vic West players as Lakehill comes storming back in. Popovic. Kadenia. Some space here for the fullback. I'll remind you, Vic West currently with 10 players. And Cole tries to get in. Cole upset that he didn't get a call in his favor there from the assistant. Has to be careful though. You don't go mouthing off assistant referees. That's another way to get yourself booked. Greaves goes long. Hill has gone forward. Ball doesn't reach him. Barrett tries to go in from behind, misses. Chance here for Vic West. Weissmiller. Cole, the touch. It's not his best, but keeps his feet and keeps going. Mackenzie Cole. Still Cole with the right boot. Save by Illich. He's probably going wide anyway, but Illich was there to make it. You got to make sure in situations like this, and Cole does so well to keep his feet here. Gets the shot off. And this is definitely going wide, but Illich taking 0 chances. Can't blame him. Coach with the 1-2 ball with Greaves. Coach goes central. Now it's in the back of the net. Flag is down. And finally, Blair Sturrick gets the goal he has been waiting all match long for. Sturrick in the 66th minute has Lakehill on the board, and we're level at 1. The Jedi mind tricks have finally begun. This is a lovely 1-2 here. Greaves to Coach, right to the in full speed. Full flight. You can see right at the edge of your screen there. Sturrick takes off. Coach knows exactly where that ball needs to go. Greaves to Coach to Sturrick, back of the net. Isaac Coach will get the assist on that one. Secondary assist goes to Kobe Greaves. Sturrick, you see in the center of the screen there, minus the rat tail. Welcome to the Legion of Bald People, Blair. He has the goal. We're level at 1. Free kick here for Vic West. Now, for Vic West, the game plan all game has been to counter. And that's all well and good until you're down a player, the game is tied, and you still have 20 minutes to go. Can you get to penalties playing pure counter? They're going to need to steal another one. They might need to steal 2. There's the long ball, headed clear by Peereboom, and now Lakehill going the other way. They have numbers. They could turn something out of this. And Cabanelli misses that challenge, but Pierce jumps in, saves the counter, and now Vic West might have one of their own. Cook still going. Cook turns to the edge of the area, flicked away. Sturrick will back check here. Leaves it, and Greaves on the run. Long ball here. Stay in play though. So Gorman comes in, it looks like, for Patrick Nelson. Seven in, 9 out. West moving up the far side. They have to be careful doing this. In case of things like that, where the pressure comes in, the man advantage is suddenly a real thing. Isaac Coach, keeps going. There's Kobe Greaves. Stops up. Parm Johal now. Gorman. Back to Johal. Past him slightly. Require Libke to move up. Forced out. That will be a throw in favor of Lakehill. Right by our camera. Wait to the people. Jack Hill. Nice little flick over. That will be intercepted, and Vic West should clear, but not clearly. Johal intercepts. Libke. Peereboom. Gorman. Brought down. That'll be a foul. That's clumsy footwork there. There's no need for Cook to be in like that. The crowd may not like it, but Kaelyn Cook has to know better. Yeah, there's no need to get in like that. You can see the little hop step there. Shows you got his feet tangled up there. Didn't need to, but that free kick, though, was a waste from Gorman. That's a rare miscue from Craig Gorman, and Cook is going to try and make amends here. But Illich is there at the edge of his area. Gets the throw out to restart the attack. Greaves is there being hounded by Cole, but now Greaves shakes him and has space. Kolopaisis goes out wide. It's Kolopaisis and Barrett out there. Greaves. Inside, Gorman. Tries with the left boot, blocked. Weissmiller clears. Campanelli sends it the rest of the way. Marty will give brief chase before immediately running back. There's no subtlety about this. It's two banks of players, 1 of 4, 1 of 5. Strong defensive shape here is the order of the day for Vic West. Barrett sends that one forward, but that's going to be out of the range of Hill. And that'll be a deep throw for Vic West. Floodlights are on here at Starlight Stadium in Langford. The clouds have been threatening all day, but there has not been any rain. Windy, yes. Cold, certainly, but still dry. Well, foul there called against Vic West. Lakehill fakes the quick restart. Slice that over to Johal. Tons of space for Parm Johal. Puts the left footer in. Flicked on by Sturrick. Tries to get the return there. Never arrives. There's Libke who'd moved up. Cook draws the foul there. They'll be urged forward to do something with this. So there's the bump. So Johal is about, I want to say, half a foot shorter than Cook. I don't know if I buy the fact that Cook went down that easily. Regardless, it was a foul. Down goes Hill, loses control. And forward comes Vic West on the counter. They go out wide. Amarty is there. Can get one in, goes with the left boot. Can't hit the target. Didn't miss by much. Salem Almarty indirectly set up the first goal. You can tell he wants to get on the score sheet proper. Height looked a lot better than what we've seen from before, but the width was most assuredly not. Greaves on the deck, finds Sturrick. Sturrick shaking off Cole here. Pokes it forward. Nice stutter step there. Kobe Greaves. Greaves still with it. Libke. Greaves. Libke are cool to take their time here. We're into the 75th minute. Level at 1. Sturrick in the 66th minute, canceling out a 28th minute strike by Cook. Barrett to Kolopaisis. Gorman trying to make his presence there. Goes to ground by Popovic. Nothing to it. Popovic out of position now and has to be careful. Sturrick, no call. He calls for handball. That is a half-hearted call at best. Nobody else on the pitch seems interested in it. Gorman, first time ball to Barrett. Looks over the top now. Sturrick's going to try and get there. Vic West trying to play the high line. They tried the offside trap. It didn't work. Jack Hill hits the referee. Lakehill will recover. Paraboom. Greaves. Certainly more of that outlet role now. Lipke. Floats it in for Gorman. Knocks it over. Sturrick. Tries to pass Pierce. Good block the other time by Popovic. Gardner went to ground thinking the shot was coming through. Luckily there was no rebound. They put it right back in. Now Popovic to try and clear this. Leaves it on the deck. Forward goes Mackenzie Cole. Joe Hall right behind him. Cole thought about grabbing the jersey there and then thought better of it. You could see the hand go out, and then the wait a minute thought kicked in. Klopaisis, nice little stutter step there. Goes over the top. Garner claims that at the edge of his area. Garner, the backup goalkeeper. You're just joining us. Vic West on 10 players. His starting goalkeeper, Sasha Harappa, ejected in the 45th minute for a straight red. Required Garner to be brought in off the bench. He's been tested more than once. He's only been beaten once. That's why we are at 1-1 here in the 77th minute of the Sir John Jackson Cup final. West now on the counter. Marty, forward, chance here for Cook. Illich is out! It's in the back of the net! It's his second! Can you believe it? 78th minute, 2-1 Vic West. You knew it was going to be the game plan. You knew it was going to be counterattacking. You'd think surely they can't do it down a player. Kaelyn Cook would have words with you. Armati with the setup. Illich tries, gambles, and loses. It's a big gamble for Marco Illich to come that far out. Makes himself big. Cook doesn't care. Almarty with the assist. Cook with the goal. 2-1 Vic West. Mayhem at the far end of the pitch here at Langford. Reeves, Lakehill now immediately back to respond. Gorman trying to get in behind. Pritchard is there, clears. We've got about 11 minutes now to hold on to this lead, down a player. Padina has to be careful here. He's on a yellow, but he wasn't the one who committed the foul. He instead earned it. Good defending there. Padina has to be so careful here. The 1-2 ball again. Who else? Greaves and Koch, and that time the infraction, their coach got his arms in where he shouldn't have. And now substitution coming in. It's going to be Mackenzie Cole heading back out. He'll be urged by the referee to pick up the pace, lest he be booked for time wasting. Because I know what you're thinking, time wasting in soccer? When has that ever happened? And it looks like Kieran Erickson was the one that was called there, number 12. Let's see if that is indeed who comes onto the pitch here. will take a well-earned seat. It's number 13, actually, not 12. And first of all, Marty turns and fires, deflected. Illich will get onto that one. Who's it'll be 13, Jordan Easton, coming into the game. Vic West again, this time Gorman backtracking. Long ball being sent in. Target there is Jack Hill, who's crossed wings. Up against Academia. Puts in the cross right to the waiting breadbasket of Jack Garner. Kill a few seconds here. Final 10 minutes of the match. Vic West on a 78th minute goal from Kaelyn Cook have their 1-goal lead back. Can they hold on to it? Swing and a miss there from Parm Johal. As you can see on the chance there. Inadvertently, that worked out well, as it is still a goal kick for Lakehill. Now a chance for substitution. Wes Barrett has put in a shift and a half there for Lakehill. Will be coming out. And coming back into the match will be Norbert Cedric Abba. Cedric Abba, who was all kinds of a midfield engine earlier in this match. He's going to need to be that and more to help push this Lakehill side at least back to level terms. Header from Popovic, falls, shot blocked. Throw in for Lakehill. Cedric Abba calls for it. And they'll move the throw in further to the spot where the ball left the field of play. Gorman. On that one, unfortunately, poor touch. Cedric Abba was going the wrong direction. It'll be a throw for Vic West. Kaelyn Cook, he'll watch that one run out. He's got 2. I would say you shouldn't expect a third, but then again, I didn't expect he'd get a second. Shows how much I know. Jack Hill against the new substitute here. It's past Jordan Easton. Oh, Academia wanted that one, swing and a miss there. I guess we'll wait for clearing this. Smart play, and that deflection should go the way of Vic West, and does. Easton doing his job there. Academia. Throw. And find Cook, and Gorman pops it up. And Easton gets rid of it. A high boot there. Cedric Abba stares down Campanile. Johal. Sliding in is Easton. Scuffs that shot. You can see the expression there. He knows he didn't hit that the way he wanted to. Libke forward. Cleared away by Popovic. Popovic, who's already had a bit of a knock, still seems to be going strong though. Meanwhile, foul in the box that will go against. And despite the protestations there, it will be a foul going against Lakehill. The long ball from Kolopaisis. You can see the idea here. They wanted to get this to Piraboom, moving up from the back as the big target. Managed to do was get the foul. Is down with Academia there. We'll bring out the trainer to have a look. Piraboom's a big guy. Academia is most definitely not. So we'll have a look here as it comes in. So there's the problem. He's already stumbling. And his own player comes over him. It's Pritchard actually did more of the damage. Now you can see why Piraboom is upset. Pritchard did more damage there than Academia did. Academia's trying to plead his case for why wasn't there more than just a foul called there, but the replay, I think, makes it pretty clear. So they're going to try. The referee will try and, I imagine, get them off the field of play so they can get things restarted. So we'll take a look here. So initially, yeah, it's coming together. Paraboo is there. And you can't really see much of it in that one, but it looks less, unless Paraboo hit Pritchard into Academia, it looks more like Pritchard and Academia get crossed over one another there. But in any event, it doesn't look like any serious infraction was charged to Paraboo on the play. Now I imagine what the referee is saying is either get him off the field or start playing. Since milking the injury is time-wasting 101, and when you're down a player and have a 1-goal lead in a cup final, you better believe you will eat every single second off the clock you can. Academia is on one knee here, and I imagine will be getting up sooner than later. Either that or he will be told to get off by the referee. Now back up to both feet. Now back down. I suppose at this late in the game, the referee will undoubtedly be, and you can see there's the check of the watch there. The referee will be adding on much of this in stoppage time, I would imagine. So here's the long ball from Kolopaisis. Goes up. Then there it is. So yeah, you can see why why Paraboo was so upset. That was much more contact between Pritchard and Academia than anything really to do with the Lakehill defender. I'm having a little chuckle about it now, but I don't know how happy the Lakehill players will be if the scoreline stays as it is in 4+ minutes. So judging by the subs penny that Academia is carrying, he might have been subbed off. If that's the case, we'll have to see who is replacing him. Yeah, it looks like there was indeed a little bit of blood on the play there. So that's why Academia will be, at the very least, be told to get off the pitch so he can get himself cleaned up. The referee will likely say this is a drop ball, but he's now telling Gardner, here's how much time I'm adding on. Don't get too comfortable. So Academia will come off. And as it stands right now, nobody is up on the Lakehill side to replace him. So I have to imagine it's going to be a case of swish the water around, spit the blood out, get yourself cleaned up, and you're going back in. So as it stands now, Lakehill down 2 players. No available sub to bring back in. Now Academia called in. Garner cuts out the attack. Calms his team down. And Academia returns to the play. Vic West 2, Lakehill 1. Vic West with 10 players and a backup goalkeeper. 2 goals on the counter from Kaelyn Cook. Is that going to be enough to hold off Lakehill? Lakehill have already won the league. They're trying for the double. Not only the double, but their first ever Jackson Cup. Diving header there. Sturrick. Can't go turn and fire the follow-up to center. Come on, what a save! Jack Garner, possibly his biggest save of the afternoon. And again, side netting only. This calls for handball. Sturrick appeals in vain. Garner stands tall, and the frame of the goal does the rest. Sturrick turns and fires. Deflected. Cedric Abba, what a save by Garner. Just the underside of the arm. And then going the other way, Academia with the header. And then Sturrick pulls his shot a little too far to the inside. He's calling for handball. There's nothing in it there. We've almost played the full 90 of regulation. You have to imagine there will be a sizable amount added on here. Long ball forward. Lakehill, no subtlety here. Garner grabs it. Paraboom has basically become a third striker at this point, having abandoned the back line to try and put more big targets forward for Lakehill. Headed away by Libke. Back in by Campanile. Almardi. Back it goes. A little stutter there by Pierce, trying to buy a few extra seconds. Sort of works in the end. Cook. Back to goal. Chips it forward. Chance here offside, though. Jordan Easton made his run a little bit early. Sort of see it there. He started that run deep, but the line had already been pushed up for Lakehill. Not a hard call, and the assistant referee was in great position for it. Deflected forward ball there. Gorman gets a boot to it, tries to move it through the line. 4 green jerseys around him, nothing doing. Greaves fakes the shot. Cedric Abba. We've played the 90. It's on the referee's mercy now. And it's going to be a corner for Lakehill. It's going to be 8 minutes added on for stoppages, we're hearing. Lakehill have just under 8 minutes. And you can see just in the foreground there before Gorman can take that kick. Vic West players on the ground. The referee indicating that this will be added back on. And there might be cramping here, as the efforts from Libke to help are shaken off. Pritchard helping up there. It's Almardi, I think that is. That is Almardi who went down. And now Gorman on the free kick. Sets himself nicely. Oh, it's there! It's there! We are level at 2! And who else would it be? Only the Jedi Master himself, Blair Sturrick. In the 90-plus minutes. We are level at 2, which means in about 6 minutes, we're either going to have a winner or a penalty shootout. Gorman with the corner, flicked on once and then again. Clever little flick. Gorman with the initial. There's the flick right against the run. Blair Sturrick does it again. Gorman with the assist. And Vic West, who have fought valiantly, have seen once again another lead evaporate. And Lakehill aren't done. They want to end this before penalties. Can they do it? Foul conceded there. That's not a hard call to make. Popovic knocks it down. Now Popovic will be carded for that. Down went Isaac Koch, and this isn't really a hard one to make. From behind, straight through the player who was in position. That's not a hard call to make at all. And Popovic goes into the book. Two Vic West defenders, now in the book. Akadenia and Popovic. A great position here for Gorman to deliver this. He's already provided 1 assist from more or less this spot of the pitch. Can he do it again? Floats it in, grabbed by Garner. Garner, no nonsense here, goes deep. It's going to be Route 1 football here for Vic West, you have to think. Whatever the most obvious plan of attack is, and they'll get a few extra seconds here as Sean Pierce pushes that out for a throw. Campanile goes low, he's looking for Cook. Oh, it's a little bit of a scramble there. Akadenia sprints over to get their head of hill and will. Akadenia lets it go out. He'll take the throw. As he's thinking long, he will. Put it down the line for Easton. Make it Cook. Cook puts the first time cross in, clear. It'll be a corner. I don't think Libke was aware of how much time he had. Could have taken a touch there, but didn't want to take any chances whatsoever. Just get it out of play. Vic West must like their chances now, getting this at least to penalties. But imagine what happens if they sneak one here. Campanelli to take this corner. Right footer. Punched clear by Illich. Kadina follows up. Still Vic West ball. Almardi. Up against Kolopaisis. We'll just run this to the corner flag. No subtlety here. And stolen right back by Lakehill. Kolopaisis goes long. It's asking Hill to run onto this. Up against Popovic. It'll be out. And it'll be a throw. It looks like they might have a practice substitution lined up here. If penalties are indeed coming on, now is the time to bring your penalty takers on. Off comes Isaac Koch. On comes Wes Barrett. Like in midfield, though, Barrett does provide that outlet. Bodies tumbling over. Vic West ball. It's not Campanelli, that's Almardi. Almardi going down there. At this point, not so much that there's any malice in it, it's just that he's probably cramping up at this point, having run his socks off all game. Deep free kick chance here, and they're actually going to do something with this. Pritchard setting up for some sort of deep set piece. Vic West want this thing won in regular time. They think they can do it. It's a short kick, though. The header is forward from Campanelli. Now cleared. And it'll be out for a throw. No subtlety here from Lipke and Paragon. They just want this thing out. Kadina throws it in. Gets the return. Can't keep it in, though. That will be a throw. Taken by Johal. One more sub looks like that might be lined up here for Lakehill. Get it in. Jack Hill. Gets past Academia. Can't get past Weissmiller. Now brought down is Weissmiller. And that will be a foul against Jack Hill. Free kick for Vic West. Hill does well there, and Weissmiller gets in, and then there you can see the hand brought around, elbow in the face. That's a pretty clear foul. And now they'll let Garner take this one. They're really going for this, or Vic West. Every set piece trick in the book. Oh, they've got the substitution now noticed for Lakehill. Out will come Kobe Greaves. Greaves has put in a shift and a half here. They're bringing him out with penalties looming. Instead, I think they're bringing back Torrey Barbin as a defensive option, just to try and keep things all nice and tidy at the back, which is an interesting call. That is Torrey Barbin back in. Garner goes long. Goes past everybody, but it falls nicely for Almardi. Stays on his feet, up against Barbin. Crosses blocked. Cedric Abba, hearing the man on shout, keeps going. Puts it centrally, Barbin. Turns. Back to Kolopaisis. Looking long, looking for Sturrick, who's got a hand on the defender. Nothing comes of it. Barbin looking for Sturrick, deflection. Sturrick will get there. Wants the cross, blocked. It'll be a throw for Lakehill. And meanwhile, that looks like a cramp there by Popovic. Popovic, who was injured earlier. You can see him cramping up there. It's been a long day for Popovic, and he's not on healthy legs either. I saw him briefly go off the pitch, and you'd think that would have been it for him, but he stayed in the game. Cleared by Vic West. Cook is waiting for it. Flicks the header past Barban. Joe Hall is there. Illich saying, bring the back pass, keep it calm. Now goes long himself, Kolopaisis. Kolopaisis goes long. Stuck at the back post, Carter forced to punch. Cleared, Academia, out for corner. It won't matter. That's 90 minutes, plus much for stoppages. We will not settle this in regular time. We're going to penalties. Well, if you wanted drama, good news, we have drama. 10 players for Vic West, and they've held on to a 2-2 draw. 2 goals from Kaelyn Cook, 2 goals from Blair Sturrick. There's the first save by Illich off of Victor Chen's shot. Cook knocks in what would have been the first goal. It's a great save by Illich, minus the part where nobody was marking Cook at the end of it. Kaelyn Cook with the first one. Great effort here from Vic West on the counter. We knew the counterattack was going to be their bread and butter, and they did indeed do it to get that first goal. It was not to last, though, as just at the end of this play, it seems like it's going to be a play that ends normally. The goalkeeper there, Sasha Harappa, makes a gesture that was, we'll charitably call obscene. Gets a straight red card and is ejected. This brings Jack Garner into the game. Harappa can hardly believe it. And then a little 1-2 play. Coach gets the return ball. Reeves to Coach to Blair Sturrick. We're level at 1. And at that point, you might be thinking, oh, well, they're up a player. They've got fresher legs. They've got a backup. They're scoring against a backup keeper. That surely must be it. Well, fun fact is Vic West wasn't going away. Kaelyn Cook on this counter. Illich gambles big here, thinking that he can beat Kaelyn Cook to this ball. Makes himself big. It's a bad decision. Cook slots it into the empty net. Salem Almardi gets himself onto the score sheet with the primary assist. And Vic West have only gone and scored themselves up a 2-1 goal. Bedlam at the far side. As Vic West think they've done the impossible, but Blair Sturrick, deep past the 90, comes up with another Jedi mind trick of his own, flicks the header on, catches, it might have been a deflection off of one of the players in green. You can see he takes a little bump there. That might have been Pritchard, actually. That might have to be correctly assessed as Pritchard's own goal as opposed to Sturrick's goal. But be that as it may, the net result are 4 goals into the back of the net, 2 from each side, which means we are level after 90. Which means we're going to have to settle this with penalty kicks. To the best of my knowledge, there's no extra time here. It's straight to penalties. So which 11 players? I don't think there's going to be much decision here. It'd be the players who ended the game will be the ones who will step forward. Can't imagine there would be any changes for that for Lakehill. We'll soon find out. Looks like they'll be shooting towards the west end of the stadium. There are the Lakehill 11. You see Barrett, Gorman, Sturrick, Barban, who's brought back in, Kolopaisis, Cedrigaba. Behind them in green, Vic West FC. Vic West have 22 Jackson Cups. They won their first in 1916. They won their last in 1989, a run of a decent number of runs they put together in the 80s, 81, 82, 84, 86, 87, 89, and it's been nothing since then. For Lakehill, 0. Should Lakehill prevail in this penalty shootout, they will not only have their first ever Jackson Cup, they will have secured a double, having won the first division and then winning the top domestic cup in the Vancouver Island Soccer League. Stepping up first, Evan Libke. Libke, saved! Garner with the massive save to give Vic West an early advantage. Not the best placement for Lipke, but he did get a decent amount of power on it. What matters is that Garner guessed absolutely correctly. Garner read that. And shooting first for Vic West. Are you really surprised who it is? Only the goal scorer. Kaelyn Cook gets a, let's go in the wrong way. Vic West 1, Lakehill 0 after a shooter apiece. And it's just it's a soft as you like into the back corner. That is pinpoint accurate placement. After Illich commits very early. Craig Gorman now. Scoring Gorman, can he score one here? Little stutter with the foot, rifles it into the side netting. You wouldn't expect less from Craig Gorman there. 1-1. Gorman makes the little stutter, but then just lashes this with the left foot. Garner does guess correctly. Not going to stop Gorman, though, not at that power and not at that placement. Marcus Campanelli. Against Illich. Second shooter for Vic West. Oh! The Panenka in a cup final. He only goes and does a Panenka. Cheeky, disrespectful, and absolutely gorgeous. Well, if you ever wanted to really rattle the opposition, throw a Panenka down as your second taker in a penalty shootout. 2-1 Vic West after 2 shooters each. Wes Barrett. That's well placed, top corner. Same place Gorman put his, Barrett does as well. Level at 2. No nonsense here, this time with the right foot. Does a little stutter as well. Garner doesn't bite on it to his credit and guesses correctly on the direction. But the height is wonderful. And now the substitute, Jordan Easton. Easton came on in the second half for Vic West. He was brought in more as a midfielder, more to try and protect the midfield. Now a chance of the penalty shootout. Buries it. No nonsense, no run up. Placed his shot. And there it is. .3-2 after 3 shooters. Dorian Kolopaisis with the armband, the captain, the right foot. Gets Garner going the wrong way. Level at 3. Kolopaisis taking the wide run up there. This time, more or less centrally, has Garner looking for corner. Doesn't even go there. And now for Vic West. Salem Almardi was an absolute handful. Got an assist to his name. Indirectly set up the first goal. Now a chance to put Vic West ahead. Right-footed. He does indeed. 4-3. Almardi has the crowd here at Starlight fired up. After 4 shooters, it's Vic West up 4-3. And with the game on the line and the cup on the line, who else does Lakehill send forward but Blair Sturrick? He must score to keep Lakehill in this game. And he does. Takes it quick. Doesn't think, just hits it. Level at 4. He's just quick as you like. Garner bites the wrong way. We're level at 4. Final shooter of regular shooters. If we're still tied at sudden death after this, 1 shooter each. With the game on his boot, It's going to be Daniel Pritchard, center back. Final shooter. Pritchard scores. Vic West have their cup. Illich saves it. We keep going. Vic West have their cup! One of the most storied teams in this competition, going all the way back to the beginning of the 20th century. Vic West, for the first time since 1989, will hoist the Sir John Jackson Cup 5-4 on penalties after going 2-2 in regulation. With the right boot, no nonsense from Pritchard. Picks his side. Illich guessed correctly, but Pritchard's placement was exactly where it needed to be. And that man you see with the noodly hair at the very back that they're all swarming, Jack Garner, the very first shooter he faced, he saved. And that was enough. The backup goalkeeper, Jack Garner, with a massive penalty save in the shootout, which means Lakehill are still searching for their first Jackson Cup. They'll have the league title, which is a decent consolation. But for Vic West, the legacy continues. Their first Sir John Jackson Cup since 1989. It is now 2023, and they have their name on the trophy. Second place in the league, little bit of revenge as they take down the league champions to win the cup. There's the man who scored 2 goals right there, number 19, Kaelyn Cook. 2 clinical attacks on the counter. Almardi there, in the middle of your screen next to Cook, was instrumental in making so many attacks happen, was an absolute handful on the attack for Vic West. Popovic there, number 4, his legs were given out on him by the end of it, but he managed to keep going long enough to get his side to penalties. Garner, talk about writing a legend for yourself. You come in as the backup at halfway, you make a save in the penalty shootout to get your team a cup. Let's take a look back at this fantastic Jackson Cup final. Started here, there's Almardi, Chan with the shot, Illich with the save, Cook puts it in. Like I said, Almardi was doing everything he could here, and he could have had a chance himself. It's a good tackle there by Paravoom, to be fair. The shot by Chan is great. The save by Illich is better. Chance, block, shot, save, boom. Nobody marks Kaelyn Cook. He gets the first goal. The fans outside are saluting their team. We'll join them at the front here. Meanwhile, this is where the controversy started at the end of the first half. Watch the goalkeeper there. That little gesture got caught by the referee, and Sasha Harappa was ejected with a straight red for indecent conduct. Fortunately for him, although Garner would go on to concede this one, it would not cost him the match. This was a great setup, though. Isaac Koch and Kobe Greaves linking up again. They find Blair Sturrick. Some Jedi mind tricks later. Back of the net. 1-1 game. Vic West are down a player. Now it's a level goal. Now it's a level scoreline with that goal. And you have to think Lakehill are going to run a war of attrition here. But oh wait, there he is again. Kaelyn Cook gets the setup from Almardi. So then Almardi gets it to him. Again, I'm not sure if Illich made the right decision there by charging up to cut down the angle. Almardi with the lovely ball. Illich makes the gamble, loses. Cook does not miss. 2-1. And then past the 90th minute, who pops up again? None other than Blair Sturrick. Lovely corner here from Craig Gorman. Flicked on. It might go down as Pritchard's own goal, as it did deflect off of that green jersey. You'll see here. And you can see by the reaction, Pritchard feels like maybe that one would be charged to him. And who knows, maybe it will be when the official scoring comes out at the end of the day. But it doesn't matter, because this is what did it. Evan Libke. The very first shot of the penalty shootout, Garner comes up massive. That would ultimately be the save that did it. From here, it was all academic. Almardi with the fourth, and Pritchard, the cup-winning goal, blasts it past Illich. Daniel Pritchard, the center back, hands Vic West their 23rd Sir John Jackson Cup. Bedlam here at Starlight Stadium in Langford. Fans are all circled around their heroes in green here, right at the near side of the pitch. Jackson Garner already taking interviews, as there Marcus Campanelli, who had absolutely everything to do in that match once the match, even before the match was down to 10 players, running as a midfield engine, running as an outlet to help the back line. Campanelli can be very proud with his efforts today, and I'm certain he will feel that pride once he hoists the Sir John Jackson Cup. Vic West had a fantastic season on so many counts. Finishing second behind this Lakehill team is no mean feat. And while I'm sure they would have been happier to win the league outright, to then turn around and defeat the league champions in a cup final, it's got to feel pretty sweet. For Lakehill, the quest for their first cup continues, though you have to say that the way this Lakehill team plays, the talent they have at their disposal, it's only a matter of time before Lakehill will hoist their own cup. But for right now, for tonight, it will be Vic West's night. They did enough. They held on for dear life. They survived to a penalty shootout. They got a moment of heroism from Jack Garner right there. Victor Chen standing beside Jack Garner there had his own moments of brilliance, including, as we saw, the initial strike that became the first goal. Blair Sturrick there, he did absolutely everything he could. Ultimately, it wasn't enough. Maybe next time. Great crowd on hand tonight to watch some excellent local soccer here. We always love when people come out and support the local game. Supporting the grassroots game is how you grow it at the larger levels. And there are some passionate supporters here to Victoria. Big love here for Victor Chen, because why not? Tejas Akadine in behind him. Meanwhile, on the other side, see there on the right, Robert Cedric Abba, who had wheels for days trying to keep his side in this. Fantastic footwork. Chris Piraboom there as well, who was effectively transitioned into an extra attacker to try and break through the Lakehill defense when they really began to bunker in. They did enough to get it to penalties. Unfortunately for them, it was one hero moment from Jack Garner, and the quest for the Jackson Cup continues for Lakehill. They did win the league, and I'm sure they will be happy to have a 47-point campaign, 15 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, scoring 79 goals en route, plus 55 goal differential. Absolutely absurd attacking numbers in the regular season. Only thing they couldn't do was pull in the double, which is let's be honest, a high order at the best of times, winning a double. But to know that they were this close, there will be a little bit of a sting for that for a while, undoubtedly. As you can see the glittering trophies in behind there, as the referees get their participation medals. And Vince Greco, Vancouver Island Soccer League. Also my co-commentator for points of tonight's broadcast. Thank you, Vince. Always a pleasure to have you up here. Anybody would complain too much with the job that the referees did tonight? Maybe slightly. If you were Sasha Harappa, though ultimately the players decided the result on the pitch. Went to penalties. We have a tale that will be told for a good long while. Good cup finals make good stories, and it makes good history. And now to receive their silver medals, Lakehill FC. After, again, a fantastic league campaign, there is no shame here in adding an extra piece of silver to the collection. You take your league title, you take your runners-up medal for the top cup competition on the island. You pat yourself on the back and say, that was a pretty darn good season, boys. Is there a little bit inconsolable, opting just to take the medal and move on. Losing a PK shootout stings, there's no doubt about it. There's no amount of good vibes that can really take that sting out in the moments immediately afterwards. And for Libke there on the right side of your screen, 24 in red, it was his shot right off the top that was saved by Garner. Though considering his career at UVic, he's had plenty of high moments. I don't think he'll feel like he was this is something that he can't ever recover from. Plenty more soccer in Evan Libke's legs, and you have to think redemption can't be too far off for the towering central defender. So many UVic connections all over these teams. I mentioned Kobe Greaves, Isaac Koch, Tarnveer Bandel, another Highlanders connection on the coaching staff as well. Wes Barrett, Jack Hill, Craig Gorman, Paddy Nelson. There's a lot to like on this Lakehill side. If the first place campaign didn't already make it clear, you have to think they keep this core together, they will be heavy favorites come next season. There's a very good chance that if they can keep the attacking core of this side together, we could be looking at them being finalists again next year. Who knows, maybe in the 2024 Jackson Cup, you will see those red and white striped kits being trotted out again. But for right now, we need to hand out the winners' medals, and that goes to the team in green. Vic West FC, their 23rd Sir John Jackson Cup. 1916, 1918, 1923, 1939, 1940, 1947, 1950, 1952, 54, 63, 67, 71, 73, 74, 76, 79, 81, 82, 84, 86, 87, 89. Skip a few. 2023. They finally have a win from this century. And what a way to get it. That was Almardi you saw just getting his trophy there. There's Academia. Easton came on as a sub, did his job and then some. Victor Chen can be very proud with the job he did today. Saw Andrew Pierce there earlier, one of the two Pierces on the side, Sean Pierce being the other one. That being Mackenzie Cole, having all bundled up, because it is a bit chilly out there, let's not lie. Just a wee bit. It is 7:23 in a veritable wind tunnel. Let's be honest, most of these stadiums are out here on the West Shore. To the best of my knowledge, you do not get a baby free with your medal. That comes in beforehand. What a day on the park for Theo Weissmiller. Defensive midfielders, or depending on the terminology you want to use, the 6 or the 8, rarely get as much credit as, say, number 19 there, the goal scorer, Kaelyn Cook. But Weissmiller was absolutely essential. Played the full 90. Without him doing all of that hard work to keep the midfield as treacherous a place as it was, try and snuff out those Lakehill attacks, it's a whole different story. Lakehill probably does find their way through if Weissmiller isn't working, absolutely running his socks off, trying to keep that midfield as hostile as possible. Sean Pierce put in a shift at fullback. Had his hands full more than once. Coaching staff getting their rightful dues here. Derek DeGroot, Stuart Heath. And all that's left at this point, with the medals handed out, there's only one more very important thing to do. And that is to get all the players behind that wonderful, historic Jackson Cup and to give it the big hoist to the heavens. First things first, though, I believe there is an MVP trophy to be given out. The smaller of the two. But there's the Sir John Jackson Cup. Veteran presence being felt here. Lakehill, or a bit of a Vic West history brought out to celebrate here. Part of the 1952 Cup-winning team for Vic West. Photos are taken here. They're also determining who might be MVP as well. So many players to choose from. I mentioned Vice Miller, I mentioned Cook, and they're going to give it to give it to Jack Garner. I mean, hard to say no to the guy who comes in off the bench, puts in 45 minutes of tough work, makes more than a few key saves, and the most key save of all, the one that ends up being the difference in the penalty shootout. Vic West winning 5-4 on penalties. The only one being saved was Evan Lidke's from Lakehill, being saved right there by Jack Garner. Very deserving winner of the game MVP.
Don't worry about it.
See now, Sturrick holding the Jackson Cup. They'll hand that over to Marcus Campanelli. very first John Jackson Cup was awarded, 1915. The Saanich Thistles won it that year. The next year, the club you're looking at right now, Vic West, won it. They won the second ever Jackson Cup, and they've won this one. Their 23rd. Vic West FC are your 2023 Jackson Cup champions. For everyone here at Starlight Stadium in Langford, you're watching a Shaw Spotlight production for the Vancouver Island Soccer League. On behalf of Vince Greco, my name is Richuro. Thank you so much for joining us for this Cup Finals weekend. We'll see you next time.